Welcome to Condors Countdown. Ryan Holte joined by Condors head coach Troy Mann before the game against Utah tonight. And coach, earlier today, Cameron Abney dealt to the Toronto Maple Leafs, dealt for an NHL defenseman. He leaves here from Bakersfield, and I thought he started learning his role here in Bakersfield over the last couple of months, and the guys certainly took to him and certainly enjoyed having him around.
Yeah, I mean, he had a little bit of a rough start, as everybody did, back in October, but he certainly came along in terms of his game. I thought that he really started to understand how he needs to play to be an effective player, and he needs to move his feet. He needs to be physical, and he needs to manage the puck. And there are several games now over the last couple of months when he did that. He truly became an effective player and was a guy that even when he was on our third line, you weren't afraid to put him out there. And consequently, he was rewarded with some ice time. And on top of that, great guy in the locker room. The guys really liked him. And as we all know, chemistry is one of the most important ingredients for winning. And I thought he really brought that to the table and helped us out in that department.
We talked about it when it was rolling along, so we'll talk about it when it's struggling. But the power play 0 for 13 over the weekend, how do you go about getting that back on track here this weekend against Utah?
Well, everything from special teams to wins, losses, there's peaks and valleys, and we all know how much the power play struggled early. But from middle of November on up until last weekend, we were at 23%, which is the highest percentage probably in the league. So we did have some good looks, and we had a number of great looks over the 3 games. But the goaltenders made some saves, so it wasn't just a fact that the power play was in disarray. We had our looks. We know what we need to do with the puck. And if we look at the one goal we scored in Utah, the guys were happy to get pluses, but it was a power play that just expired. So we had some good rotations there as well. We do have to clean up some puck movement on the strong side of the one unit there with the Knakstead. We're maybe making the wrong reads at times and turning some pucks over there, and that happened in Boise. But we do need to get some goals from the power play, because that means our goals for is going up, and then we don't have to play as many 2-1 hockey games.
You mentioned the goaltenders. We won't see Laurent Brossoit tonight. He's a little banged up, a little sick, really, just from the last couple of days. But you bring Chet Pickard back from Oklahoma City. How's he looked here in practice over the last couple of days?
Well, we had the Oilers goalie coach here the last 3 nights, and he's been Chet's. His work ethic is tremendous, and another great locker room guy. And he was part of that turnaround. And played some. His numbers may not indicate it, but he made some big stops for us in some key games to kind of turn the ship around. And we have total confidence in him, and he'll go tonight, and LB is feeling much better today, and he'll get to start tomorrow night, providing he feels good through the evening and wakes up tomorrow morning and is able to take some shots.
Talked about it last weekend with this Utah team, but it's kind of like looking into a mirror. 2 teams that play very similar structurally, similar offensive games, similar defensively, good goaltending on both ends. What's the key tonight to knock off the Grizzlies?
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. And, if you look at them on paper in terms of they don't have the high-powered resumes of some of the other teams like a Boise or an Alaska, but they do play a well-structured game. And, there's some areas that we can expose, I believe, tonight. And we'll talk about that at game time. But, one of the biggest attributes that team has is their work ethic, and I thought last weekend they outworked us Friday night and got to 2 points, and then I thought Saturday we matched their work ethic, and over the course of the 65 minutes we're the better team and deserved the second point but didn't get it. So we just got to match their work ethic, stay within our structure, and with the home crowd here, hopefully it'll be to our advantage and we can come up with 4 big points for us.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
It's Condors head coach Troy Mann. We'll have more on your Condors Broadcast Network.